Hello there. I wanted to let you know about an upcoming event. Those of you who have been around a couple years probably know what's coming. It's time for Extra Life again. Just be aware this video may not be quite as polished as some that I've done for previous years. It's been that kind of a year. At least we've got a video going. Okay, so Extra Life, what is it? It is a charity marathon, specifically a gaming charity marathon. So how does that work? Basically, I'm raising money for
Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare
over in St. Paul, and then I'm doing a gaming marathon, meaning that from 8 a.m. on November 7th, that's a Saturday, 8 a.m. Saturday, November 7th, until 8 a.m. Sunday, November 8th, I'm going to play video games, and I'm going to live stream the whole thing. That's the idea. So what is Extra Life? Extra Life is a charity marathon, but specifically a gaming charity marathon. So, you know, one that I can physically do. How does it work? Basically, I'm raising money for
Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare,
which is a children's hospital out of St. Paul, Minnesota. They do great work. They're a great cause. We've raised $4,000 some for them over the past 4 years, and I'm looking to raise another $1,000 this year, or hopefully anyway. And then once, I guess in exchange for, how does that work with charity marathons? Like you raise the money and then you promise to do the thing. It's weird, right? But anyway, I'm going to do a gaming marathon. Basically, November 7th, Saturday, November 7th from 8 a.m. until Sunday, November 8th, 8 a.m. I will play video games and I will live stream the whole thing, because otherwise that could just be something I did by accident. That's called accountability. So this year is going to be a little bit different from previous years in that in previous years I've done kind of a simul stream where I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I think that's been causing me some frame rate issues with certain games. Like last year I played some of Ori and the Blind Forest, and it was nearly unwatchable. And I think that's because of the restreaming situation. So I'm going to try just doing YouTube this year. We're going to see how it goes. Now that means I got to make one other change, because normally what I would do is I would then, once the whole thing was over, I'd pull the footage from Twitch and I'd edit that if I wanted to publish any series, like I just did with Gato Roboto last week. Well, if you want to be able to do that with YouTube, you need your clips to be less than 12 hours long, or else YouTube will just not save the footage. So here's what we're going to do to be absolutely certain. I'm going to chop that 24 hours into 3 pieces. First off, we're going to start off at 8 a.m. on the 7th, and we're going to go up until roughly 4 p.m. And that segment is pretty much going to be whatever games I feel like doing. Usually at this early on in the stream like that, I tend to do games that I'm probably not going to do a full series on the channel, but I wanted to try them for the first time, usually. This year, what am I thinking about? I've got, there's this one game called the Return of the Obra Dinn, which I've been meaning to do for years, but I forgot to put it in the poll this last time, so I'm thinking I might just do a little bit of it during Extra Life. It's longer than I can do during Extra Life, but, at least see the beginning of it, something like that. What else? Oh, yeah, there's one that came out, what's the name of the studio? Hang on. Yeah, a game by Supergiant Games put out a game called Hades was it this year? I think it was this year, actually. Yeah, I think it was pretty recently it came out, and it sounds like a lot of fun. I know basically nothing about it, aside from that I think it's a roguelike, and, Greek mythology is happening, because, it's called Hades. So, I haven't actually bought it yet, but if I do, that'll probably show up. At some point, I might play some Mario 35, since that's the thing you can do right now, and it's kind of fun. Maybe Fall Guys, I don't know. I'm kind of garbage at it since the second season started, but, it's a thing to do. Among Us is a possibility, but the thing about Among Us is that I'd probably have to tightly control who would be able to play, since I wouldn't be able to guarantee that people weren't just watching the stream and cheating that way. You know how it is. So, yeah, we'll see. If I can work it out, if I can work out the logistics, then maybe some Among Us, because it's a lot of fun. Just, logistics, like I say. I've recently been watching a streamer who was playing Crash Bandicoot 4, which I've never played a Crash Bandicoot, but it actually looks like a lot of fun. So that might wind up making an appearance too. Not sure. Anyway, there'll be a number of games that'll appear during this segment, and we'll just go with it until about 4 p.m. Then I'll take a 15-minute break because I'm bad at taking stream breaks and I really ought to do it. This time it's going to be built into the structure. 15 minutes after I go offline, I'm going to come back, so roughly around 4 p.m. sometime, and we're going to do Jackbox games, probably around that time, provided that people are available for that. I like to do Jackbox games during Extra Life. It works out really well, and also it kind of gives me a break from being the full center of attention all the time. Might also get some other multiplayer in there, but I'm not sure how that's going to work, because obviously I can't have people over like I've done so in past years because there's a pandemic on, so I can't have anybody else in my house. But we'll work something out. Anyway, so from starting around 4 p.m., probably some Jackbox games, maybe some other multiplayer. It might just evolve back into single player again. That frequently happens. Until close to midnight, when I will again go offline for 15 minutes, come back online around midnight, and then we'll do a horror game. I think the first year I did Extra Life, I started doing horror games around midnight because I'm really bad at horror games, and apparently that is entertaining to watch. I've got my eye on one called Observation, I think it's called. I don't know exactly how spooky it is, but I hear it's very good. It also might be too long for me to finish during Extra Life, but this is another one of those situations where technically it could be continued later, I suppose, if there's interest in that sort of thing. In any case, yeah, if you got a horror game you really want me to see me play, feel free to suggest it, or any other kind of game, honestly. You can make any suggestions you want. I can't guarantee that I can follow all suggestions, financial constraints being a thing, and also I want to play games that I want to play as opposed to just sort of whatever. Tangent's happening, don't worry about it. Midnight horror games for a little bit until I can't deal with it anymore. Then we switch over into whatever is left, whatever I can do at that point, having been up for probably about 20 hours at that point. So frequently it winds up being games I'm more used to. Spelunky, that's Spelunky. Sorry about that. Spelunky 2 came out this year, so that'll probably also make an appearance at some point. I don't know if that'll be multiplayer or, the wee hours in the morning when I'm just struggling by with whatever I have left. And that'll go up until 8 a.m. Now, at 8 a.m., one more thing you should know about. At 8 a.m., I will then go and check the campaign page, and whatever sum we have raised up until that point, I will put an additional 10% into what we raised. So if we make the goal of $1,000 exactly, then at 8 a.m. I'll put in another 100. We're already at like 770 at this point, so probably we're gonna make that we're gonna make that original goal, no problem. I would foresee. That said, if by some bizarre chance this goes ridiculously viral and I raise like a lot more than I'm expecting, I will set reasonable limits on how much I spend on the 10% thing, just so I don't not be able to eat because of the 10% thing. I don't expect it to happen. We should be fine. 10% of whatever we raised within reason. Okay, so that's the plan. I just remembered one other thing I wanted to mention. I can't make any promises with it because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it set up in time for Extra Life, but I have recently come into possession of a VR setup. I have never had a VR setup. I don't have any games for a VR setup just yet, but I'm going to try and get it hooked up, and if possible, maybe we'll do something with it during this. I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen, but theoretically I have VR. Just wanted to let you know. By the way, do not take that as an indication that what you should suggest that I do is play VR horror, because A, after I do the horror games, I still have to finish out the stream, and B, I want to sleep again ever. So I'll take a lot of suggestions, but I'm not doing VR horror during Extra Life because no, okay? Maybe later when I'm more acclimated to VR and whatnot, that can be a thing that happens, but not during Extra Life. Sorry. For any other details you may want about the event, I recommend that you check my Extra Life page, which is, I want to say, www.extralife.org/participants/SharkyBreath. I'll put it's on the screen. It's right here. It's here. It's right here, and it's also in the details of this video so that you can just click on that rather than copying down whatever is written on the screen, because, nobody likes doing that. Yes, go there, and I've got a write-up of pretty much everything I've just said, plus some additional details, I think. And if you wish to, please donate. It's a fine cause. I know that there are a lot of causes vying for our attention right now, and for good reason. But fact is, kids are always going to get sick, and particularly when there's a pandemic on and all this other chaos, what's been happening, they need all the help they can get. So, if anything, this is a better time than usual to be raising money for children's hospitals. So please, if you can donate, please do. If you can't donate, do not sweat it. But please do stop by the stream if you can. Every year that I do this, it gets harder for me to stay up 24 hours straight. So any moral support from viewers is greatly appreciated. Also, if you are so inclined, please do share this video around, or the Extra Life link, whichever you prefer. Maybe you think this video is dumb, but please still share the Extra Life link, because basically the more people who see this, the more likely it is we're going to make our goal. I'm thinking we're probably going to make it, but more money raised for children's hospitals is more better. That's kind of how it works. All right, I think that's about the long and short of it. So, yes, check out the link. Come to the stream in 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from today. I don't know if I pointed that out, but it's 2 weeks from today. It's right around the corner. And that's all I have to say about it. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I'll see you on game day.